Today is day 2 at the beach. We're gonna do something a little bit different.
One of the biggest phenomenons that takes place at the beach are the tides. I kind of totally forgot about tides and what they really were until we got there yesterday. So today I wanted to figure out why do tides happen and take some stats on how the beach was changing over time during our day at the beach today.
When we get here in the morning, the tide is way down, as you can tell. So there's all this wet thing out here. It's gonna come all the way up to about here. Lauren, what time is it?
8:50.
It is 8:50, and the tide is this low. So it's 65 yards from here to the water. So we'll see how fast this comes up.
As most of us know, the real reason tides happen is because of the moon. However, most of us, including me, don't know why the moon. In Hilton Head, there are 2 low tides and 2 high tides every day, just like everywhere else on the earth, which vary from 8 to 9 feet in water's elevation. This change has to do with something called tidal force, which is caused by the moon's gravitational pull. As a certain side of the earth rotates to the moon, being in the sky, it causes the earth to have a certain bulge, a very small one. It hardly affects land at all. You have to have a strong instrument to even see it. But on the other hand, water you can easily see change at the beach. And that's mainly because water is easier to move. So as the moon goes across the sky, the tide slowly rises until it reaches its peak and then goes back down as the moon sets. However, remember I said that there are 2 tides per day, but the moon only rises once a day. So what happens to the other tide? The water is still attracted towards the moon when it's across from it. However, the water can't go through the earth, so it tries to disperse around the earth, thus causing a lowering in the middle and a rise towards the poles of the ocean. All in all, tides are no doubt the most interesting thing that takes place on a beach. On this specific day, June 24th, 2019, low tide was at 7:44 a.m., which happened just before we got there, and high tide was to be at 2:10 p.m. My first data point I drew was at 10:07 a.m. When the water passed the 25-yard marker I had made with my toes in the sand. And then the next one was at 10:58, which was at the 50-yard marker. Then at 11:38, it crossed the 65-yard marker. Then the 68-yard marker by 1 o'clock which was when we roughly left. The results show a bell curve, which is exactly what is supposed to happen, where there is an inflection point, which is where the highest rate of change occurs. Here is the one mystery I ran into that I really don't understand, is that it would make sense that the greatest rate of change or the inflection point would happen when the moon is directly above us. But in reality, it really doesn't. It's honestly almost towards when it's getting ready to set, because on this specific day, the moon was supposed to set at about 12:50. That part is a little confusing to me, so if you have an answer, leave it in the comments below.
That looks like a leg or something right there.
Feel
It looks like a little drill head.
Jeez.
A little drill bit. That's how they get away their predators.
My savior is here. I'm on the edge of getting burnt to death, which is not gonna happen. I'm slowly getting burnt to death out here, people. tonight we're going to the most iconic part of Hilton Head, which is Harbor Town. You might recognize this lighthouse when I show it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You comfortable with your own life, you're born to death, but you can't let it go. You're fighting all your fears inside your heart, it runs, but you don't follow. You hold on, you holding on to what you can. You hold on, you holding on, but when you can, you just let go into your hippie dance.
That was a beautiful night there. Now we're gonna take it home. Get you that sunset I promised.
Crazy ride, you see the road, but you don't take it. You fight to lead it deeper in life, but you won't change it. You hold on, you hold it on.
Thank you for your cooperation. As the frogs come out, we're gonna go inside to bed after day 2 here in Hilton Head. Was a classic, fun one. It's 5:30 in the morning. We're going to catch the sunrise.